Hello everyone. In the last video, I have mentioned how to create a stream and I have given a few examples. In the same way, I'll also discuss what are all intermediate functions we have that we can use, and I'll give some basic examples so we can understand stream better, right? So let's get started. So first, intermediate function is filter. So let's say we have 6 numbers and I want even numbers out of it, right? So for that, so this one I've already discussed, like list and off. So this is a static method to create a list, right? And then what I'm doing here is I'm converting that list to a string, and then I'm doing the filter operation. So if I go inside the filter, you can see it is taking a parameter called predicate, and predicate has one method called test. Okay, so it basically takes a parameter and it will return a boolean value. Okay, so for this one, if in mod 2 equal to 0, that means if it is even, it will return true, or else it will return false. Once it is true, I'll put that element into a list, otherwise will not put it. Okay, now if I run this program, it will return 246. Okay, so this is the filter function. Next, we have map function. So let's say we have certain string of like list of string, and I want this string are in like all the character in lowercase. I want to convert it to uppercase. How to do that? Using map function. So I have added map. So map is basically taking a function as a parameter. So it will take function, and function, it has one method called apply. It will take object and it will return another object. So convert it and return another object. So it will convert this John to uppercase John, and then it will add it into the list. So now if I run this program, it will return John, Jane and Jack in capital letter. Okay. Next we have flat map. So what is the functionality of flat map is, let's say we have multiple list of string or list of element, and then we want like it is kind of a list of string. Okay, so if I want it like only one list, like here we have two different lists, A, B and C, D. Now I want A, B and C, D all in one list. So that time we need we can use flat map. Okay. Now if I run this program, if you will see this output. So this is the flat map. So till now I have understood filter, map and flat map. Next we have pick. So this is the function that we use generally for debugging purpose. Let's say we have certain intermediate operation, and in between we want to debug what is the before element, like after doing this intermediate function, how was the state of the element or data, and after doing this operation, what is the state of the data, or what is the data. So that time we use pick. So here you can see I'm just adding it to print it, right? So original is apple, and then after converting it into a uppercase, it is returning this. So this is the use case of pick. Okay. Now next we have distinct. Okay. So distinct is basically, if let's say we have certain element and we want only unique elements out of the list, then we use distinct. It do not take any parameter, so it will basically to remove all the duplicates, right? So here you can see apple was like apple has two values, same value, so it remove one apple. So basically it did not remove apple. Basically it so we have this list. Now it will filter all the unique strings and it put it into the later list. Okay. Now next we have sort. So sort, So it will, the default is an ascending order. It will sort in ascending order. So we have certain element, it will sort. It will also do not take any parameter. It do not take any parameter. So here if you see, after sorting, is returning Alice, Bob, and Charlie. Okay. So we can add like custom comparator as well. So here if you see, this is doing the reverse order, like descending order, it will print. So if I run this, it will print in descending order. So like that we can use. Next we have limit. So what it does is, let's say we have a certain number of element and we want only first 3 element. So this is the output. So for this we use a limit. Okay, first 3 element it will print. Okay. Next we have so yeah, limit, it basically takes one long parameter and it will return a string. Okay. Next is skip. So for limit, it was like number of element will take from the first, and then for skip will remove, or we take only element after this number that is mentioned over here. So skip also take long as a parameter. Okay. So same way it will basically filter 2 elements, and then rest element it will add it into a list. So these are all 8 operations that we have. There are other operations as well we have. So I have discussed this 8, and out of this 8, there are few function which is basically a stateful, and few functions are stateless. What is stateless and stateful? So for some of the function, it do not require all element at once. So those functions are called stateless functions, and some of them are stateful functions which require all the element at once. Okay. So this is the list, like for filter, map, flat map, pick, all these are stateless. Okay. So it one by one it process, but for these distinct, sorted, limit, and skip, we need all element at once. Then only it can process. So let me show you an example. Then you will understand it in a better way. Okay. So let me show you that. So here, what is the expectation? So first, it will. So all elements should pass through this filter, and then it will do the pick, then filter, and then pick, then map, like that, right? So as per our understanding, it should be like Alice will come here. So filter 1 Alice, filter 1 Bob, filter 1 Shirley. So like that it should happen, right? But that is not the case. Let me show you here. So what it is doing is, first it is like Alice is coming, right? So first one, filter 1 Alice, pick 1 Alice, filter 2 Alice, pick 2 Alice. So Alice is basically moving from all the function, right? Because these are all filter, map, and pick. All these are stateless function. And here we have sorted. So for sorted, we need all the element to be present, right? So it is a stateful. So until this point, so one by one, all the element will come. So that's why you can see here Alice, 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 and then Bob, Bob, Bob. So Bob is coming here, then it is coming here, and then here it is getting filtered out. Why? Because Bob length is not greater than 3. So that's why you can see here that Bob is mentioned 3 times. Okay. Next, Charlie comes, and Charlie is not starting with A or B, so that's why it is filtering out over here only, right? And then sorted, this method function is executed. So here only we have one string, so nothing will happen. So it will just print out this one, this line, and then it will skip 1. We have only 1, so there is nothing to skip, right? So that's why it is stopped here. Okay, after this is not getting executed. Okay. So this is the way how stream works. So there are a few stateless and stateful functions. So like that we can use a stream, right? So it basically have some pipeline capability, okay, for some of the functions. Okay. Now, in the last video, I have mentioned that stream is one kind of a lazy, like stream's intermediate operations are lazy in nature. Let me show you an example. Okay, so here if you see, so okay, now here it should print, right, this one before doing this. Okay, but let me comment this part. So this is basically adding a terminal function before. So if I do not add a terminal function, what it will do? So here if you see that I did not add the terminal operation, so it is not adding or printing this line, right? It is not executing this line. It is only executing this line. Now let me add a terminal operation, and now if you see, so after this line is getting printed, and then after when I added the terminal operation, then only this operation is getting executed. Okay, so here you can see filtering Alice, filtering Bob, and filtering Charlie. So this is happening. So this is the way, that's why it's called lazy. Also, intermediate operations are lazy in nature. Once terminal operation is added, then only this intermediate operations get executed. So that's all from this video. I hope you got some information out of it. And if you do, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget to click on the bell icon so that once I upload a next video, you will get a notification. In the next video, I'll be talking about the terminal operations.